Hello, this is Professor Vicki Angell, and I would like to welcome you to English 101. I'm very excited to be your instructor for this semester. We're going to talk for a few minutes about course expectations and a few success tips. But first, let's talk about what we hope to accomplish in English 101 this semester. There are a number of official objectives that we have for English 101, and those are actually listed in your syllabus for this course. And I do encourage you to go ahead and take a look at all of those because we will be meeting each of those objectives throughout the course. Let's take a few minutes and talk about three things that I believe are of the utmost importance this semester. First of all, we will be working to enable you to become an effective academic writer who is comfortable with all aspects of the writing process. So we will be talking about and working through all aspects of writing. We will be talking about pre-writing. We will be talking about drafting, about revising, about editing. We will also be talking about writing a number of different types of essays. And it is through the variation and repetition that you will become comfortable in your academic writing. Also, throughout the semester, we will work to enable you to accurately summarize, paraphrase, and analyze academic sources. You will be dealing quite a bit with academic sources this semester. The very first essay you write will be a narrative. You will not be required to have a source for that essay. However, you will have 4 other essays that will require sources. And as you are using these sources, you will be required to summarize, to paraphrase, and to analyze, so that way you can actually utilize the information you're getting from the sources in your essays. Through this course, you should become very comfortable using academic sources. And finally, the last thing I see that you will be using and becoming more comfortable with is MLA format. You not only will be using MLA format to generally set up each essay that you turn in, but you will also be using MLA format to cite sources, and you will also be using it to create a works cited page. All 3 of these objectives are extremely important because you will need to have this foundation to be successful not only in English 102, but in many different classes you'll be taking throughout your college career. I'm sure many of you are thinking, this sounds like a lot of work and I'm a little bit nervous. How can I succeed? What should I do? What should I expect to do? Well, I'm here to tell you, don't get too excited, because every week in this class will be, I won't say the same, but it'll have a lot of the same components. You should become comfortable, you should be able to get into a rhythm that will make you understand what needs to be done on a week-by-week basis. So the very first thing you should do at the beginning of each week is review the materials that you need to complete. And you can do that by looking at the weekly overview that will be listed at the beginning of each module. And what this overview will tell you is what exactly your assignments are and what you need to complete to be successful for that week. My advice to you is to look over all the information and make sure you don't have any questions. Probably one of the biggest detriments or issues we have in an online learning environment is there is such a delay between a question that you might have and an answer that I could give you. So it is really super important for you to actually look through things and make sure that you understand what is expected of you. There have been way too many times where I've been teaching a class and I had a student that had a question that needed to be answered in order for an assignment to be completed. The student would wait until the very last minute, until the day before the assignment was due, and they would pose the question. Then I may or may not get back to them in time for them to be successful. So again, my advice is look over your material every week to make sure you know how you will complete all the different assignments. After you are sure that you're aware of what the assignments are and how you will complete them, then you should go ahead and start to work through the material. And when you're doing this, I really want to kind of emphasize that you need to have realistic expectations. One of the problems that seems to be pervasive in online learning is that students seem to think it's going to somehow take less time than a traditional setting, and that simply is not true. You will need to put the time in that you normally would put in a traditional classroom setting. So when assignments are given to you and you're asked to work through things, try not to rush through them. Do them as thoroughly as possible so you can understand the material provided. Now, each week in this class, you will be given readings, you'll be given notes, and then you will be asked to respond to discussion questions. Each week, you will be asked to respond to 2 discussion questions. So you want to make sure that you take the time to do that. Be sure that your responses to these discussion questions are well thought out and that they're edited. You are required to have 150 words minimum for each discussion question response, so please be sure you're meeting that length requirement. And finally, you want to be sure that you are responding to at least 2 classmates' posts. And when I say you're responding, I mean you're adding something to the discussion. You certainly can't just say, oh, I agree with you, or good post, John or Jim. You have to somehow add to the discussion. And the reason for this is the discussion board is such an important part of an online learning environment. This is where you collaborate with each other, where you process information and help each other understand things that you may not be able to understand on your own. And I will be a presence on the discussion forums as well and talk to you and try to make sure that we're all on the same page and understanding the material. And the very last bullet you see there, it says plan your writing assignments. And I have this here under how to be successful because I really do think it's important. You want to make sure that you know that you have to create an essay in a certain amount of time. For instance, if you get the essay assignment at the beginning of the week and you know it has to be complete by the end of that week, you need to mentally figure out when you will have time to do the work. Okay? And if you are going to be successful, time management and scheduling and all that good stuff is something you are going to have to become very, very good at. All right? And so you do want to make sure, in order to be successful, that you're planning to complete your assignments. And writing assignments are, in fact, a little more time consuming than quite a few others. What assignments will you have to complete this semester? Well, you do have a number of assignments, and I have them listed here. And I want to go through them so we kind of are all on the same page about what is expected of you. So every single week you will have a couple of the same components. You'll have 2 discussion questions that you have to answer, and you will also have to respond to 2 of your classmates' posts. And you see the different point allocations for that. You will have 2 group writing assignments. The first one will be at the very beginning of the class, and it will be a narrative group writing assignment. And the last group writing assignment will be closer to the end of class, and it will be a persuasive group writing assignment. Now, you will also have a pre-writing assignment for each essay that you write. You will have 5 essays total, so you will have 5 pre-writing assignments. And what you will notice will happen is that one week you will have a pre-writing assignment due, and the next week you will have a peer review and the actual essay due. And you see that you will have 1 peer review for each essay. And again, that you will have 5 essays. So you and a partner will be looking over each other's essays, making notes, and helping each other to improve them. Now, what type of essays will you be writing? Well, the very first essay you're writing is going to be a narrative. And the next essay you're writing will be a profile essay. And you will be writing an informative or definition essay. You will write 2 persuasive essays. You will write 1 self-evaluation, and you will have 1 grammar test. Now, just a few kind of notes about your essays. If you are following along with me or you're looking on your syllabus, you note that the narrative essays were 70 points, where your informative and persuasive essays are worth 150. Now, that is because actually you'll see when we start dealing with the informative and persuasive essays that you're responsible for more of the MLA format component. So there are actually more points allocated, so I can put more emphasis on that part of the writing process. The self-evaluation is actually a relatively informal reflection paper on how your writing has changed throughout the semester, and you will get more information on it as the semester progresses. Your grammar test is really more of a review of the different grammar rules that you should be familiar with by this point in time. Again, there's a total of 1,400 points that you are able to earn in this course, and the breakdown of the different grades according to the different points is in fact on your syllabus. And I do want to encourage you to make a copy of your syllabus, write it, have it somewhere where you can look at it. It has a lot of information that's extremely important. All right? I want to leave you with 4 pieces of advice. First of all, please find a quiet workspace. Find a place where you are only doing work. Do not find a place where your children, your husband, your parents, your friends, anyone else can distract you. It has to be a place where that is what you do when you are there. If you have somewhere else or you're doing something somewhere else, you're going to be easily distracted and your work won't be quite as good as it could be if you found a place that you dedicated solely for that purpose. The next piece of advice: work through one module at a time. You will be given the information one module at a time. Look at it that way. Don't let yourself become overwhelmed. On week 1, look at what needs to be done during week 1 and complete it. Don't worry, don't look ahead to week 2 and think, oh my goodness, I must do that too. No, be sure you are doing one module at a time. Complete it as best you can and then move on. The third piece of advice: ask questions as soon as you have them. I know I mentioned this before in this presentation, but I can't overemphasize this. You need to be sure you totally understand what is expected of you and how to do it as soon as possible. Do not find yourself on a Sunday night at 10 o'clock wondering something and worried that how are you going to find the answer out before it needs to be done in 2 hours. Please ask questions as soon as you have them. And finally, do not procrastinate. I know that by our nature, some of us are procrastinators and some of us are not. But I am here to tell you that procrastinators do not make good online learners. They just don't. Because so many things can come up and stop you from completing things that if you procrastinate, things can be made even worse. So what is my advice to you? My advice is for you to please schedule your time. Don't wait to the last minute. You never know when you're going to have a technical problem. You never know when a family emergency is going to happen. You never know. So please schedule your time. I hope that none of you are nervous about taking this class online. I think we're going to have a lot of fun. And I am absolutely positive as long as you communicate with me and your classmates, you will have a very successful semester. So welcome, and sit back and prepare to become better writers. Thank you.